thought I'd make a video from the bunker. It's been a while. We had all sorts going on, and you know, I've got no idea what I'm going to talk about. But I thought we'd talk about food, because lots of people like talking about food and thinking of food. So I wrote down a few notes, as it were. So I've got no real theme about this video. I'm just going to get in and just say what's on my mind at the moment. So you know, if you're easily offended, you know, probably best turn off now. So, what do we learn from when this problem started? There was a run on a few things. Which surprised me, but nonetheless it actually happened, and history usually repeats itself. So, you know, there's a lot of talk going around about second wave, or if it comes back, or whatever you want to, you know, say it or mention it. Toilet roll, yeah, believe it or not, it actually happened. There was more toilet rolls sold than any other food-based item at the time, which begs the reason, you know, anyone with a brain would consider the fact that, you know, you need toilet roll when you get rid of food. So it might be an idea to get some food before you get the toilet roll. So yeah, so make sure that you got toilet roll. From what I've been looking into, and you know, we've all got access to the internet, most of us, and we've all had different experiences in life, and we've all gone down different paths to learn or be drawn to whatever we feel. Okay, and what I was looking into, I'm guessing that this second wave thing is going to start probably to the end of September, up until, I would say, the American elections, you know, November the 3rd, I think it is, or around that time. So anywhere between the last 10 days of September up until the first 10 days of November, somewhere in that time, there's going to be a lot of bad stuff coming down the road. And I'm not just talking about here in the West, I'm talking about globally, all right? Now, I'm not sure, I've got no crystal ball, I don't know where it's going to be first, second, third. It could just be all over the place within a day. Who knows? You know, we're living on really uncertain times now. Okay, so I was just thinking, get these things way before then. My advice is don't make it obvious. Don't finish watching this video, get in the car and whack off to Tesco's or whatever and spend £100 on toilet roll. Okay, what you want to do is carry on as normal. Myself, I just do a weekly shop, sometimes twice a week, and I would just make sure toilet rolls, for example, just pretend I haven't got any. And I thought, right, okay, I'm going to look into this. Every week, or twice a week, up until September, I'm going to buy one 24 pack of toilet roll. Just one. Don't be greedy, okay? Just get it, take it home, store it somewhere out of the way, and then between now and, say, you know, the end of September, you're going to have a good stock of toilet roll, and it's going to take you right through till spring next year. Okay, that's just sensible forward thinking. Okay, some people call it prepping, but it's just, to me, it's just common sense. All right, learn from what happened before, what sold out, and what did sell out. It was hand sanitizers was bonkers. The prices went through the roof. Gloves, you know, masks, all this sort of thing. Okay. Most of you, I'm hoping, will already have all this ready. But for some of you guys who are new to this way of thinking, should we say, that's my advice, is to help the new guys, all right? Get all this stuff first. So get your toilet roll, all right? Tin foil as well. Now, yeah, tin foil can be used for all sorts of things. Great bit of kit, all right? From my experience, try and get the thicker stuff rather than the cheap thin stuff. But if you haven't got much money or whatever, just get the thin stuff, will be fine. Some people really keep privacy in high regard, okay? Some people don't mind, you know, third parties knowing where they are and what their business is. But if you're like, I'm a bit concerned about track and trace, etc., or people knowing where you are, what you're doing, listening to you, videoing you when you're doing selfies and stuff about your knowledge, it all happens, alright? It really happens. It's no bullshit, it's just real, okay? Now I've done an experiment a while ago, and you see these ammo cans. I've got a mobile phone, fully charged, full Wi-Fi, put it in there, and I've got my partner to send the text, and I had the volume up, and guess what? It went through the box. Wow. Shock. I really expected it not to happen, but it did. It went through instantly. So wow, something I learned. Alright then, shielding bag. Now I haven't got one to hand, but in the environment where I work, we deal with electrostatic sensitive devices, and we use these metal based shielding sealy bags where we put electrical sensitive equipment in there, seal it off, providing it's brand new in good condition. You're not going to get any anti-static discharge or interference which is going to ruin the integrated circuitry of the components within the shielding bag. So put the phone in a shielding bag, put it in there, the text went through again. OMG, he said. This, I'm glad I'm doing this. I'm glad I'm learning this. This was about a year or two ago I tried this. Hiya. That's my son. Hello son. Daddy's busy. I'll see you in a bit. Oh, he might hang around and be a nuisance, bless him. Yeah. So what I thought I'd try and do was tin foil. You know the age-old thing where people take their mickey out of conspiracy theories and their tin foil hat wearing and all that. I thought, tin foil, let's try that. So I got my phone, kept it on, you know, full Wi-Fi, fully charged, volume up, and I wrapped it, I think about 5 times in foil, completely covered it, put it in there, no shielding bag, just inside, sent a text, nothing. It actually worked. But here's this, hear this I say. I took it out of there and I had it in my hand, still with like 5 layers of tin foil, had the phone there, sent a text, nothing. So what that proved to me, if you've got concerns about privacy, if you're out and about and you know people are becoming aware that there's so much, you know, death of privacy happening right now, and it's going to get worse. I feel it's going to get a lot worse. So if you're that way inclined and you don't want anyone to know what your business is, which is perfectly rational and a human feeling, wrap your phone up in tin foil, 4 or 5 layers, put it in your pocket, no problem at all. When you want to use it, you take it out, do your business, and put it back in, put it away again. So you don't have to be worrying about, you know, where you are, what you're doing. You can't do this, you can't do that. You know, bye bye freedom. That's how I feel, and if you disagree with that, that's fine. You know, that's your opinion and your choice, and you're fully free to, you know, say whatever you want to say, because at the moment we sort of live in a freedom of speech society, although it is on its arse, let's be honest, okay? Other things I was thinking about, what, you know, if things go bad, warm clothes, okay? Now what would happen if there was like, you know, riots, problems, power cuts, loss of electricity, all sorts of reasons why you could lose power, okay? And of course we are heading into winter. So, you know, can you imagine really, really cold and your electricity goes, oh no. And don't forget, most modern gas boilers rely on electricity to operate and function via timers, thermostats, etc. So there's a chance that you might not have heating and lighting and ways and means to cook your food and keep warm. Warm water, washing, cleaning, etc. Alright? So warm clothes. You know, if you did have no power, at least you're going to stay warm. Okay? Keep your core body temperature around 37 degrees C. Make sure you're nice and warm. Food. Now I would say, now some people might disagree with this, but at the climate I feel that we're heading into, I would say you want to have a bare minimum of 6 months worth of food in your house. 6 months. Now when this started, I did say 3 months, but you know, when you consider September, October, November, January, you know, it just goes on and on and on and on, and then think 6 months, you know, if there's problems and you was too afraid or whatever reason you didn't want to go outside, lots of people are afraid for all sorts of reasons. And then you can see like problems, food shortages. You can only have a certain amount of items when you go into shops. Tesco done it for a while. When you shopped online, no more than 80 items, and you're not going to have multiples of blah 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 blah. You know, despite, you know, some people saying, you know, because of Brexit, there's loads of food stored everywhere. You know, that's fine, but when you cut the supply chain and you can't get that food to the masses, especially when they're panicking and they want to buy more than they need, it's inevitable it's going to be boom. And when you add that little bit of petrol onto the flames from the mainstream media saying, oh my god, food shortages, food riots, you know, it's not good. It's going to stir people up the wrong way and it's going to throw more fuel onto the fire, okay? So you want to make sure, in my opinion, it's to say you don't have to do this, I'm just advising people to think about this, alright? 6 months worth of food, get it, alright? If you're financially well off, get it sooner rather than later. If you're a little bit poor, a bit like myself and my family, just get a little bit at a time. Go to supermarkets. I say any time between 7 and say 8:30 in the evening. Lots of the food is reduced. I mean, some people on Instagram follow me, and I just popped out last minute to get a few things, as you do. Excuse me. And yeah, I got 1 kilo of lean, 5% fat steak mince for £1, and I've got a loaf of bread for 5 pence, and I've got a packet of mushrooms for 5 pence. So, you know, already for £1 10p you get all of that food. Only if you go there later and later and later. If you're new to this, just try it, okay? Just go to the supermarket at 7 o'clock, hang around for an hour, just do your shopping as normal. But every now and again go to, you know, the fresh produce section. So you're looking at bread, you're looking at vegetables, you're looking at fruit, you're looking at fish, meat, etc. Go to them areas within that hour between 7 and 8 and just visit that every 10 minutes. And then soon you'll get to know roughly what sort of times that people come out and they put all these offers on there. But trust me, you know, they don't hang around long, as you can imagine. You know, as soon as these people come out and they're pricing up, sometimes I've seen queues of people gather, and then within 5 minutes, everything they've put out is gone. So bear that in mind if money's a bit of a problem at the moment, okay? But there's always a way, okay? That's old Funky's motto, there's always a way. You just have to think, alright? You've got a brain there. It's an amazing, powerful bit of kit, use it. Don't get used to being told what you can and can't do. You're a clever guy and a clever girl. You got this, alright? Vitamins, vitamin D. Now, from what I understand, you know, if you're living near the equator and you get sunlight for long periods of time throughout the whole year, you get natural vitamin D from the sunlight, okay? So your immune system is going to be better, alright? If you're living further away from the equator, come winter time, etc., you don't get exposed to as much sunlight as people do on the equator. So your immune system diminishes, okay? But one way that you can top up your immune system is to take vitamin D supplements, or you can find them in natural foodstuffs. Just go on Google and you put foods high in vitamin D and then just fill your boots, okay? Get that sort of stuff stocked up, alright? Personally, I'm going to be doing Mark 2 of my immune system booster drink. I already done an experiment with it back in November last year, because I always used to, just when cold and flu season started, I'd come up with this booster drink, and providing you're religious to it and you stick to it once or twice a day, your immune system works. And from the experiment I tried last November, there's a hell of a lot that goes into it, and I'm going to try and do a video on this because it's very, very important. I've proved it and it actually works. Now, I spoke to some doctors and people in the medical profession about this, and they say one surefire way to see if your immune system is actually working well is you're going to notice a rapid growth in nails, fingernails, toenails, okay, hair. It's going to grow faster than normal. So if you cut your fingernails every 10 days or every 2 weeks, you're going to be cutting them every week, okay? Your body temperature will be maybe a degree warmer than usual, okay? That's a surefire sign that your immune system is doing its bit, okay? Expose yourself to germs, okay? Feed your immune system. Give it something to do. Keep your immune system fighting fit. All the time, you're staying away from people and germs and religiously cleaning stuff, okay, your immune system is going to go like that. It will, okay? They call it social distancing. I call it anti-social distancing, because for me to stay a long way away from someone is antisocial. But, you know, I'm just telling you how I think it is. You can disagree if you like, it's fine. It's your opinion, it's no problem at all. So little things like that, okay, so herbs, you know, anything that will boost your immune system, look into it. And when I get some time, I'm going to go through a quite varied, in-depth video about what I believe to be one of the best immune system boosting drinks that you can get and make yourself, alright? I might do it sooner rather than later because it's going to take some people time to gather all of these ingredients because there's about 80 ingredients, okay? It's going to take a lot of effort. Other thing, soap. You know, there's me saying about get used to germs, but you still have to wash your hands, okay? Myself, I only wash my hands when I come in from if I've been outdoors or whatever. So my partner's a bit funny about it. So we wash our hands when we come into the house. When I go to the toilet, I wash my hands, okay? Other than that, I don't. And after doing some research into all of this, because it is weird, it's like I didn't foresee this problem, this global problem, but I'm always on it as regards to flu season, okay? You know, you've got to look after your kids because they suffer, and kids, a friend at work, his father is a microbiologist, and he says kids, they call them super spreaders. Kids spread everything, everywhere, all the time. They're learning, they don't appreciate the importance of, you know, covering your hand when you sneeze, that sort of thing. Snotty noses, blah, blah, blah. So, soap, very important. And looking at the research, you know, I spent about 2 days reading about bars of soap. And one of the most popular bars of soap in India is Dettol, believe it or not. And I thought, oh, right, okay, India, it's a poorer country. There's going to be lots more diseases and illnesses out there. They sort of know their stuff. Okay, Dettol. So I looked into laboratory tests and reviews as regards of bacterial tests and killing of diseases and germs. And the bar that come out top above all of the other bars of soap was Wright's Coal Tar Soap. Now, yes, I know some of you are shouting now, yeah, but it's not the same. And you're right, it isn't. It's not the same. It hasn't got the original coal tar ingredient in there because some clever clogs years ago deemed it as a carcinogen. Even though people used to hold their kids over these great big huge boiling pots of coal tar, bitumen, when they're doing the roofs of the houses and the roads. And when the kids got bad like coughs and colds, they hold them and they inhale the vapour and steam from this. And they're pretty much cured instantly. It's an amazing stuff, coal tar. But, you know, progressives and all that will say, no, it's bad for you, it's a carcinogen, blah, 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 blah. But if used correctly, I believe it's of value. Okay, so Wright's Coal Tar Soap, better than any other bar of soap than killing germs and bugs. Okay, and you can get like 4 bars of it in a pack for £1 something. It's not a lot of money. Okay, so make sure you stock up on that. Get 6 months worth. All right, whatever you think you're going to go through, get 6 months worth. If you're on a gas card, if you top up your gas. I've got a gas and electric key in a card, and every month when I get paid, I'll go around there, I'll put £50 on that and £50 on that one. Even though we're not using gas as much now because we use it for heating mainly, I'm still putting it on there. So I'm accruing an amount on my gas reserves, okay? So when winter comes, I'll probably always going to have it tops right up, and I shouldn't really have to spend anything at all to see me right through the winter. So that's prepping, I think, is thinking ahead, okay? What I don't want to do is, oh, we're not using much gas. Not going to spend any money on it. I'll wait till later on. No, I've carried on whacking it on there. So I'm building up a good gas reserve. Obviously, if there's a problem and you don't get gas, like what I've mentioned earlier in this video about electricity, blah, 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 that's being topped up as well. Gas bottles. Always keep minimum of like 3 or 4 15 kilo gas bottles full up, and you can get one of those little gas heaters where you put the bottle in there and you connect it up with the pipe. Make sure your pipe's in good order, it's not, you know, split, corroded, etc. Give it a test up soon. Don't wait till winter time and find out it's split and the regulator's leaking or something. Make sure you check it all first. It'll only take you 10 minutes, drag it all out, check it over, fire it up, yep, that's good, put it away, you know that it's good. So always make sure you've got some gas bottles sorted out. I mean, good thing about gas, obviously, you can boil water, you can heat a room, you can wash, cook, clean, etc. with hot water from gas. So gas is always good. Paraffin. Now, some of you guys know I'm an avid lover of paraffin. Ever since I was a kid, that romantic memory of running out into the back of the house with no central heating and a tiny little Aladdin paraffin heater, which I've incidentally got upstairs in the loft, squared away. That smell, all the memories of like getting out of your bath and it's being like a nice warm room or a hot room sometimes. And yeah, paraffin is the only fuel which I believe stores the longest. Okay, so paraffin, make sure you got some of that. Get yourself 20-40 litres of it, yeah, a little bit at a time, just buy it. You can get it from anywhere. You can get it from B&Q, hardware stores, best places online. You can buy it bulk and it will turn up the next day or so. Okay, get your paraffin. Once you've got it, trust me, you ain't got to worry about anything because that will do all sorts. But always make sure that you've got a carbon monoxide detector and you have some degree of ventilation if you are in a room. Okay, window open ajar, door open ajar, and put your carbon monoxide detector in the middle of the room, not up in the ceiling, not down low, in the middle, where you're going to be, where your nose is pretty much, at level with that. Okay, so always important. Okay, you don't want to have a paraffin heater on, the windows shut, no monoxide detector, and you feel a bit lightheaded, because you will, especially if you're higher up, because fumes and warm air rises. You're going to pass out and you'll probably never wake up again. So make sure that you've got that carbon monoxide detector and you've got ventilation. Check. Water purification. Ways and means of purifying water. That's a separate video. I could go on for an hour talking just about purifying water. Alright, so do some research online. Myself, I've got a couple of those Lifesaver jerry can bottles. Jerry can things. So what I might do, I might do a video review, because I don't think I've done one yet. I've got the one with the bottle and the smaller one, which I carry in my EDC bag. But as far as the great big 20-litre jerry cans, they're good for 20,000 litres of clean, safe, fresh drinking water under pressure. So you get your jerry can, you fill it up with rainwater, or if it's really bad, you've got a lake up the road, just fill it up, get it in the car, come back. You put it up on its side on the kitchen worktop, you pump it and pump it and pump it, lock it off, and it's just like a tap. You just press the button or turn it, and you've got water just like coming out of a normal tap, and it's clean and safe. Okay. So any ways that you can purify water, should things go bad. Winter time's not too bad because typically we get a lot of rainfall here in the UK, so collect rainwater. Alright, doesn't matter if it's all dirty because, as I said, you can purify it later. Alright, all things to think about and consider. Now the last two items are a little bit scary, so I'm going to leave them right to the very end. I'm just going to quickly go over some other things on here. Vitamin D we touched on. Shower gel. If you don't like to use soap, to wash with, get lots of shower gel in, and shop around because there's some bargains out there. Just get loads of shower gel, loads of soap. Make sure that you can carry on living your life relatively the same as what it is now, without too much disturbance and change. Because how I think is, we've got bad times coming and there's no way around it. We're going to have to all go through it. Okay, you can either make it comfortable or uncomfortable, or different or similar. Now anyone who's got any mental conditions or problems, anything that's going to be out of the ordinary is going to be amplified big time. Okay, so if you're that way inclined, if you've got some problems, it's fine, we all have, right? But if you struggle a bit and you haven't got things in place, the difference between your life now and say 5 months time is going to be huge. But if you've got some of these things, or if all of them, even better, if you've got all of these things in place at that time, it's not going to be much different than what it is now. The only thing different is how you use your head. Personally, I've turned the TV off back in April, early April, March. No TV at all. We only put it on for YouTube for my son, and he likes to watch some kiddies programs that we vet for him to make sure it's suitable for him. Okay, but yeah, stop watching the TV, turn the radio off, and it's great. My 4 hours crappy sleep, worrying about this, that, and the other, has gone to 6-7 hours sleep with no worries at all. What's coming, you can't change. No matter how hard you try, you ain't gonna stop this shit that's coming down the road. So how are you going to handle your mental state of mind? Are you going to, I've got to listen to the news, I've got to see what's the latest, I really need to know? No, you don't. I'm telling you, because I tried it for the first time in my life, right? I've been a news junkie since I was a kid. My old man always had the news on. When he come home from work, the news went on, 6 o'clock news, right? And then sometimes if we stayed up late, 10 o'clock news, that was on as well. Sometimes we're making our breakfast, the radio's on in the background, and then the bloody news is on. So it's news, news, news all the time. And I thought, do you know what, I've had enough. When my mum died, I just couldn't handle all that crap anymore. I could see through the news. It was rubbish. And I'm hearing more and more people leaving comments on my Instagram and leaving me private messages, and I'll get emails and texts from friends and said, do you know what, I'm sick of all this news. It's rubbish. It's absolute full of lies. I'll turn it off. I said, good for you. And then more people are saying to me, mate, I turned the TV off, especially the news, like 20 years ago. I've been news free for 20 years. Oh my God, I've been news free since April, March sometime. And it's helping me so much. I've got so much done. I'm not worrying. My stress and anxiety is gone like that. So that's my advice. You know, if you feel that you really need to know what's going on in the world, which you've got no control over, whether it's fact, bullshit or whatever, there's nothing you can do about it. And what it's going to do to your head is make it really bad. The good book is The Art of War, by the way. And you look at how the enemy demoralises the enemy. This is classic, what's going on now. So my advice, turn it all off, right? You don't need to worry about it. There's nothing you can do. Forget it, all right? So, you know, your immune system as well all takes part. You want to make sure that you're mentally strong. You're physically strong if you can exercise. You don't have to go balls out, just do light, moderate exercise. Just walking up and down the stairs with a backpack on for 5 minutes a day. That's it. It's better than nothing at all. Walk around the block, jog around the block. Do anything that you feel you need to do. Get some sort of exercise, and the more you do it, you can extend it daily or weekly. And gradually, you know, that little half a mile jog, and you'll stop in every minute or so, that's fine. We've all got to start somewhere. But after a while, that'll turn to a 1 mile jog, and then a 1 mile jog without stopping, and then 2 miles, and then so on and so on. You're going to be fitter, healthier, you will sleep better, you will have less mental stress and anxiety. The food, you are what you eat, you know. Jam McDonald's down your neck and fry-ups every day if you want to, but it's not going to do you and your brain any good in the long run. All right. So all these little things, you know, common sense in my opinion. What else is there? That's pretty much, I think we covered the main important things with food. If you want to know additional food ideas, go back a few videos that I've done about foods to get in a pandemic, I think I called it, and it goes into little details about mushroom soups and turning them into sauces, etc. So more info there. Go back a few videos and look at that one. It saved me repeating myself. And yet the last 2 items on the list is home defence and security. All right. There's no point in amalgamating all of these essential items for survival in your home, only to find out that someone comes along, kicks the front door in and puts a knife to your neck, and their friends come along and just fill their van up. What was the point in all that time, money and effort in doing that? Okay, so make sure you've got some sort of security. Okay, CCTV. Now, I've looked into this, and both options have their place. Okay, you can get the online Wi-Fi stuff where you can look at your phone anytime and see what's going on, or you can get hardwired stuff. Okay, I'm leaning towards the hardwired stuff because I'm pressing the fire button on this week, and I'm thinking the hardwired stuff is, it can't be hacked into from, if you're online, manual fair game in my opinion. I don't do anything with a cloud. I don't share anything online that I don't want to. If we just make everything accessible online, theoretically, and moreover, at some point soon, you're going to get hacked, and when it gets hacked, all sorts of things can happen. If you've got a smart meter, if you're crazy enough to get a smart meter in your house, man, if that's synced to all of your devices and the pulses, anyway, that's another story. That's really bad in my opinion. So you go hardwired. Okay, it's safer, it's more secure, and it's not going to get hacked. All right. So hardwire up, old school wires, cables, a central unit, and get it on your TV. And then once it's on your TV, from then you could probably Bluetooth it within your home. All right. Bluetooth is a little bit more safer in the home than it is Wi-Fi or on the internet. Okay, it's just a way you can wirelessly transmit signals in the home rather than having a cable chucked in your phone all the time, for example. So security is really good. What we done way back was to get some pallets, real thick strong pallets, break the planks off, put them up to your door and your front door, and you just mark off where they need to be. You cut them, you pre-drill the holes, and you basically will seal in your door by about 10 or so of these planks. Boom, 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 boom. Template them. Number the planks so you know what order they go in, because some holes might be a bit different than others, okay? Big, long, beefy screws. Screw them in there. Go around the garden or around the window. Try the door and really go for it. And if it doesn't move an inch, that's good. So you come back inside like I've done, unscrew it all, put it all away. It doesn't take long to assemble. You just have the power driver ready locally. So if there's problems coming down the road, you just quickly go, right, okay, top one, bottom one, middle one, fill in the blanks, that's done. Same old skills you used to learn at Fibia, you know, back in the infantry with them fighting in built up areas. Make it really hard for anyone to get into your home, okay? Chicken wire, barbed wire, a door, throw it all in the passageway, okay? Just get it there. Anyone that's going to come funneling into that entrance, you know, you can do what you want to. You can throw buckets of boiling water at them, you can throw crossbows at them, air rifles in the eye, you can be creative. Whatever you want to do to defend your family, that's what you need to do. But not just your front door, other areas, windows, the back door, if you've got a gate or an alleyway. All these things need to be considered now. Because as I said, what you don't want to do is to spend a fortune filling your home up to look after your family, only to have some fool to just take it, you know. If you've got time, learn some self-defense. Always worth doing. It's always worth doing. Back in the day, Royal Marine Cadets, we had Royal Marine Commandos teaching us all sorts, and I've followed that, and I've dabbled in a bit of stuff now and again throughout my adulthood. And just basic stuff. And like me, you know, you haven't done it for a long time, revisit it, join a club, or do it online, or find someone of a mutual interest online, and you can like share videos. No, when you do this hold, you do it like this, and all of these things, and wrist locks, etc., you can show and share on a video privately, and you can teach yourself that way. You can practice what you've just seen on video after a few times on your partner, your son, your mum, your dad, or whatever it is, and just practice. So if and when something happens, you're going to have some idea of what you can do, rather than going, oh my god, what do I do? Oh, it's too late. A good video to watch on this is Armoured Cockroach. I think it was Impact Weapons. It might still be off on this channel. It's an old video, but it's very, very good. Good sound advice. If someone's coming at you, make yourself look really small physically, so you crouch down and, oh, please don't hurt me, but really look like you're shitting yourself, right? So the guy or girl who's coming at you is going to grow in stature. They're going to think, oh, this is going to be easy. Look at him. One punch and he's gone. And you're like, oh, please it is. And just say, for argument's sake, what are they going to want? A wallet or a phone or a watch? Okay? So, you hold that item in your non-striking hand. So if you're right-handed, you hold anything in your left hand. So you get your phone out and you go, oh, sorry mate, no, please don't. And you hold it. And as they're coming to take it, lower it slowly and pull it towards them. So they're coming closer and closer and closer. And when you're happy and confident that you're at a range where you can inflict damage on that person, you do everything quick. You go big, you go loud, and you go fast. That alone, that element of surprise, would be enough to make them freeze for a split second. And in that split second, it's like they're on pause. It's just a paused person in front of you. You can strike them wherever you want. Any soft areas, okay? Anything, the cheek, the eyes, anything, with anything. That's a whole new video just on that, but just basic things, okay? So learn these things, and let's hope we don't have to use them, okay? But, you know, we are living in uncertain times. You've got to be a fool not to see it, okay? So when you're getting scared, I just want you to go away and think about what I've said. Write down a list of things that you feel you need to strengthen in your preps for your family, alright? And then over time, as I say, you've got until the end of September, October, November to get these in place. So we've got some time. And that is so, so precious to have the opportunity of time. Okay? So I hope you find this video of interest. Anything you want to talk about regarding anything I've said, put it in the comments below and we can all have a jolly good look and help each other. But may I remind you, if you've got anything negative or trolly to say, trust me, you're just going to get taken down and picked off. Right? You're just wasting your energy. You're going to wind up people. And I'll probably, when I find it, I'll just delete it anyway, because we haven't got time to argue stupid things and blatantly controlled opposition things. Right? You're just going to disappear. So I'm just letting you know you're going to waste your energy. All right. So as I said, I hope you found something interesting in this random video from the depths of my mind. And that's it. Fully boots in the comments. Thank you so much for watching and stay funky.